to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to the final show of the week. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Michael, what's happening?
How are you, my friend?
Very well.
Good. I'm still depressed that the kids are gone.
Yeah.
I never thought those words would come out of my mouth, but they do. I keep getting little pictures and videos from the little stinks.
Well, as people are
I
saying,
just want to
Mike,
hug her. I just want to pick her up and hug her. Ah, look at that poops.
You
you
buy
could make one.
You could make one. You could buy one.
Why do people keep saying that? Do you understand how awful I would be? Like, I can do
course.
2 hours.
Yeah,
like
and the
2 hours,
full-time
3
role, you'd have
hours.
to really think about that.
Dude, I watch them, in 3 hours, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go. And they're like, why are you leaving so soon? I'm like, because these things are really hard to keep track of.
It's good that you realize that.
Yeah, I
You're not
do.
just like, oh, I want one of those.
I was like, oh man, Mom, maybe I should have one of those. She goes, yeah, 20 years ago. No, you don't have a kid now. I'm like, yeah, Jay said the same thing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mick Jagger just had one last year, You're
But
never,
he's
you're
rich
never
as
too old.
shit, and he
Yeah,
can just
he's
pay
got
for
the
10
money.
people to help him.
If I'm
He's not
70
raising
and
that kid.
have Jagger money, maybe I'll have a couple kids.
Yeah, why not?
That would be the responsible thing to do, because then I can
Spread
at
the
least
seed.
Yeah, I can just pay people to take care of them, and then I get to play with them for an hour a day.
Yeah.
They're like a toy at that point.
Right.
You don't have to be dad. They're just toys.
Mike, I'm dragging ass a bit today.
Are you?
I stayed in the bubble on England-Croatia last night until after 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I started that game, and then it went to extra time. And yeah, and then I had a meeting. An early meeting, and I am just, I lose a couple hours of sleep, and
Isn't
I'm just
it
not myself.
unbelievable?
I'm not myself
You
today.
actually look rather refreshed. You look like a nerd because you got a button-up shirt on.
That's got to be it.
But you sound and look refreshed.
No.
Sometimes
No.
I see you and I'm just like, okay, Jay was going all weekend hard and he looks tired. You don't look like that now. I have a meeting this afternoon.
Meeting?
I said a meal. I have a meeting this afternoon, so I'll be dragging ass later. But yeah, at least we got E's history today to carry us through. We can kind of coast through that.
No, we have to interrupt him every 3 seconds.
Oh,
remember?
that's right. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, I got to remember to button it and not say a word when E's talking. I actually, dude, I ran to the party store yesterday on the corner, and I walk in and I'm noticing this every party store or gas station I pop into. They all now have the hanging TV that is like directly in the sight line of the whoever's at the register.
Why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, and it's like usually you'll see an errant Tigers game on or something. They're watching a NASCAR race.
Poker.
Poker, yes, the news. Dude, every store I go into, it is World Cup soccer. That's it. And these guys can't even ring up. They don't look at you. They're looking at the TV the whole time, and they like know where the buttons are, and they're like, that'll be 542.
Yeah.
And check you out. And so I was just like, oh, he must be watching World Cup. I turn around, and it's tied 1-1, and I know from talking to you that this is the last game before the finals.
Be the semifinal game.
Semifinals is what they call it. Very good. And it was 1-1 in the 69th minute. And I was like, ooh.
69.
69. I didn't even think that. I was like, ooh, there's only like a little bit of time left and it's tied. I'm going to go home and I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to make Jay proud. I'm going to watch it.
Did you watch it?
Of course, it went to extra innings. Yeah, I did.
Extra innings.
I started watching as soon as I got home, and E was still here for some reason. And so he and I watched it, and then it went to extra innings, and then it went to the shootout extra innings again. And then is it spoiling for people?
No, it's not spoiling. Croatia won. Croatia won in extra time.
Dude.
As they should have. Had they not, that would have been a travesty. England is so inferior.
Really?
Oh, my
So
God.
I would have just automatically thought England,
Yeah.
Croatia, would have been. I think of Croatia as a war-torn land. I don't think of it as like a powerhouse. You know what I mean?
We're torn land. It's like right across from Italy.
Yeah. Well, it just sounds
Right next to
war-torn.
Hungary.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Yeah, I guess it is by Bosnia, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Herzegovina.
But yeah,
So you saw some skill? Were you impressed?
I watched for 10 minutes and I went, wait a minute. Which one's white and which one's the black team? Which one's Croatia and which one's England?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then
All the
he's
ones
like,
with itch on the end are Croatians, Mike.
Okay, well, I wasn't paying attention to the names, but he's like, yeah, England's in white. I was like, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red and white, it makes sense. And I watched it, and first off, you can't stress it enough. It's incredible to me the control these guys have. It is utterly incredible on a level you can't fathom. If you've ever kicked a soccer ball, tried to trap a soccer ball, kick it 40 yards, like you understand, you're like, oh, those guys are really good at what they do. Like,
Yeah, these guys could literally breed a dozen rattlesnakes with their feet.
it's insane the moves those guys have. I'm just screaming, take it, take it. Guys 3 feet outside the 18, I'm like, dude, you got to step on him. Take it, have it. And they don't, and then I get pissed when I see that. But, dude, I got to tell you, the boy who cried wolf syndrome in soccer when these guys go down like they've been shot.
Here's the thing, though, dude. I was going to tell you, with all the South American teams out, that's nothing, man. There's so much diving that's been eliminated by eliminating South American teams.
Really?
Oh, my God.
It's crazy to me.
It's seriously, there's a cultural difference in how these guys approach the game. And we've talked about it before. It's gamesmanship, right? I mean, they obviously know they're not really hurt. Everybody knows they're going to get back up and keep playing. But it's for rest. It's to try to trick the ref into thinking it was worse than it was. To draw out yellow cards, red cards, etc.
Yeah.
But it is strange to us as Americans because our instinct is to, like, well, you fight through that. You don't fall down right there. You fight through it. And
You don't need magic spray.
I've had this discussion a ton with my boys as we've watched. Like, God, do you think he would have scored there had he just fucking kept his feet and tried to get a foot on it?
Yeah.
But instead,
They go diving, and then of course there's 100 HD cameras on them, and so they immediately zoom in and they show you, and it's like
The faces.
the guy didn't touch.
Yeah.
He wasn't even touched, and he's rolling over.
I'm telling you, you saw the
Like-
least example of that last night.
Really?
Yes, you
It's
would have shit if you would have shat had you seen what Neymar did in the Mexico game.
Which one was
There's
that?
a guy. He's
Is that the one that got touched on the shoulder and
dude.
took a dive?
He's
I
a
saw
guy who
that
was
one.
sitting on his ass with his legs stretched out front, and the ball was between them after he had tumbled and dove and divin. And he's sitting there, and one of the Mexican players, because they're down, goes to grab the ball just from between his legs, and fucking Neymar acted like the guy shot him. It was awesome.
Dude.
And it's been memed, and people are doing all this shit on Twitter about
Do you think
him.
that's good for the sport?
It's
though?
awful. It's absolutely awful.
because that's how I feel. Because I see a guy, and it's like, even when he does, you realize they're running at full speed, and it doesn't take much. A knee hits a thigh, and at that speed, when you slow it down, it's like, that didn't hurt. But it did. There's probably an injury there, but I can't take any of them seriously because there's so many guys that literally don't touch, the tip of their toe nicks a guy's jersey, and he's rolling around, and they bring the magic. What is that? Is that some freeze?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
It's so stupid.
Magic spray is dope.
Is
We
it
need
good
some
for
of
the
that.
game? Is it good for the game to grow it in America? Hell no. It's the greatest obstacle to growing viewership in
You think?
America because people look at them and they go, dude, this is so contrary to how I think, how people here play sports, how people react to things. It's just it's un-American.
Well, there's some like heroic nature or martyrdom that you can get when it's like guys playing through a severely sprained ankle or knee contusion or whatever it might be. And these guys don't. But there were a couple times when I saw a guy fight through that. To your point, could the guy have scored there? And there's a guy, and it's like he gets tangled up, but he still manages to fight through what would have been he could have easily taken a dive, but he didn't.
He could have
fought through it.
divin'.
He could have divin for sure. And I'm like, why didn't he do that? They all do that. As soon as anyone gets within an inch of them, they take a dive and roll around. It's
Depends on where they are in the field and the circumstance of the game.
they were closing in on the opposites 18. So,
if you're anywhere near the box, they're gonna dive, man. As soon as they get touched.
Which he didn't,
And
though.
here's the
team
thing
in
is,
white.
like, even if you do have this noble view as a nation, like, hey, we're not gonna dive,
Yeah.
Well, you have to because that's the game now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, you're gonna lose out on opportunities because that's the way the game is called.
Yeah,
and it's fucking annoying, but you have to just accept it as it's part of the gamesmanship of the whole thing.
Well, I liked the answer you gave. It was the first, because I'm like, what is the fucking point? Is it just to draw a free kick? Is that the whole point? We're going to do this 50 times a game? But when you said, look, they don't have timeouts, they don't have this, so that's their way to...
It's their way to stop momentum and to get rest.
Yeah, take a quick breather. And you need it. If you've ever run for 20 miles, you understand what it's like to just constantly be going. It makes sense, but boy, is it
appreciate that, too.
frustrating.
To your point, Mike, running that much and to have that level of skill in the 90th minute, in the 120th minute, to be able to make that run again, that 40-yard run and go for it, not knowing if the ball's even going to come your way, that's impressive.
Do you think the clock is an issue?
No.
No? You like the way the clock...
Yeah.
Like, I like knowing exactly where I am time-wise. I hate that when it's like, okay, this is probably the last rush. There's got to be within 30 seconds. It's like, I want to know.
You pretty much do, though. Once they put up the extra time, the ref is going to give them one final. If you're past the time when it ends in a free kick, he's going to allow the free kick, and then he's going to blow it.
And will he allow the free kick and the header in the scrum, or will he just allow the free kick? Well, you got one head shot at this.
He's going to allow it to finish the play.
Okay, until it's cleared or something.
And everybody on the field has that feeling. They know.
I feel like they need replay, too.
They do. They started doing the video ref within the box. They'll look at things. There are a lot of penalty kicks given based on video review this year.
Really? Because there was a play towards the end. I don't know if it was extra time yet, but it was inside the 18, 2 Croatians and an English player, and it was one of those that they all went up to head the ball or whatever, and it goes out of bounds, out the back of the.
It was off Croatia.
And it was off Croatia. It was like, this is a corner kick. This is a corner kick, and they called it a free kick for the goal. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
When you looked at the replay, it was like, this is obvious, and corner kicks are huge in that game. Those guys are so skilled. Like, a corner kick can be, I don't know, man. But it was, I'll be honest with you, it was fun to watch. I actually kind of got into it.
So you're going to watch the final?
I think I will. It's Sunday, right?
Sunday, I believe it's like at 11 or 12.
So it won't, we can watch it before the show.
Correct.
Then. Yeah. Yeah, I might. People are going to be ragging on me. Like, I know it is. Anytime we talk about soccer, like, people that hate that sport know that I have their back, and they're like, I don't put up with it, man. And, like, yesterday we talked about it for a minute. People were like, fuck you, dude. What are you doing? Look, I'm not turning into soccer fag guy. I'm not turning into super fan. But it's kind of interesting.
It's the biggest thing happening in the world right now as far as non-political shit. I mean, it just is what it is.
And the fans kill me. I love the fans, man. They're just so rabid. I can watch highlights of them. Did you see the England team singing "Don't Look Back in Anger" in the stadium?
No.
Dude, it's going around Twitter. The whole stands, England, they've just lost. Like, so Sally can wait. Don't look back in anger. They're all singing the whole thing. It's like, it's kind of crazy, man. They're just how into it they all are.
Yeah, they'll croon. They'll croon if given the chance.
Hope so.
Yeah, that's it.
No, as soon as the whistle's blown, I turn this shit off.
See, this isn't something I like. I would get off on this.
Don't look back in anger. We made it to the semifinals. I mean, that's pretty cool,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're going to watch the final, right?
I will.
Yeah. Are your boys still into it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Good. Well, people can look forward to our update on Sunday because we'll be all over. Maybe we just do a special.
Can you believe Mbappe scored that goal?
Unbelievable. When Felipe took that pass, I thought it was over in the 3rd minute.
Hey, look, listen. If you want the absolute best automotive experience possible, go see our friends at Zotford and Holly. Zotford has a massive selection of new and pre-owned vehicles ready for you to choose from. Their award-winning service department has brand new free loaners for you to enjoy while your vehicle is being serviced. Zotford has a fully stocked parts department and 2 state-of-the-art body shops. So, to Mike, Jay, and Echard's point, Zotford has you covered. Plus, when Zot takes care of you, you're really taking care of the podcast. So thank you.
Sure. God, you know what? I'm kind of disappointed, Jay. You sent out a tweet yesterday with our Mike Reese interview.
Yeah.
And Mike Reese retweeted one. I don't know if it was yours or one of our listeners had retweeted your tweet, whatever, and made a comment about it, which is like the dream scenario. And then Al Jean picked up on it and retweeted it. I got to be honest with you, man. Our listeners did not like and retweet that enough, in my opinion. What the fuck is that about?
I don't know,
What
Mike.
is that bullshit about?
I think a lot of people are maybe ducking away from Twitter. Is that possible? Just given that
Inexcusable.
Twitter has become a fucking hellstorm of shit.
I don't want Al Jean or Mike Reese to look at that and go, 3 retweets.
Yeah, that's a good
You know what I
point.
mean? Like, I'm embarrassed for us. Ooh. I don't want that. You cocksuckers have a duty.
Well, speaking of that, we're going to tweet at Scott Ian and at Mike Reese and try to marry the two. Mm-hmm. We're gonna encourage Mike Reese to give the kid a chance and make him a guest star on the show.
Yeah.
And so if
Pretty